Hi guys, and welcome to my 2014 review. Last year I filmed a 2013 review video and I'm really glad that I did it because I watched it back the other day. I haven't watched it since like last New Year, and it was really nice to just be able to look back and see what I did in 2013 and how my life changed in 2013, and you know, the important people to me that year and all the kind of things that happened that year just in one kind of like collective little place. And I thought that I would do the same this year. I did say last year that I wanted to make it a yearly thing, and I'm going to make it a yearly thing, but I'm going to do it in a slightly different format each year, if that makes sense. So last year what I did was I did an introduction and a conclusion to the video, and then the middle section was really just made up of a lot of clips from different things. So most of it was made up from my trip to Australia because obviously that was a really massive part of my life in 2013, and I had a lot of really cool clips from that trip, so obviously they were going to make the cut. Whereas this year I haven't made as many videos, which makes me sad, but also it's just life. That's how life goes sometimes, and this year I haven't done anything that has given me the opportunity to vlog quite as much because, you know, of what I've been doing with my life this year. So I think what I'll do this time is I will just sit and I will talk through some of the important things that have happened this year, the important things that I've done, and I will insert clips as I go. So obviously the main part of 2014 for me, the biggest thing about 2014 was that I finished my Masters. Yay! So from January to October pretty much my life was just taken up by my master's degree. Well, from September 2013 all the way through to October 2014, that was really what my life was all about, was studying and going into uni every single day for all of my classes and doing a lot of exciting projects and spending a lot of time in the library, and it was just an incredible experience. I've made a lot of videos talking about this because it's something that I was extremely passionate about and I still am extremely passionate about. I love academia. We know it. I can't help it. It's just something that brings me a lot of joy, and I genuinely just had the best time this year. Doing my dissertation was something that took an incredible amount of work, but was probably one of the most rewarding things that I've ever done in my life. I feel like I found a topic that really mattered to me, something that was really important and something that I really cared about, and I feel like I created a piece of work that not only did well and helped me get the master's degree that I really wanted to get, but was also something that's really important to me and something that really matters to me. And it's kind of all thanks to this little channel and my blog and everything that has happened to me over the past few years in terms of social media was what led me down the path of what I wrote my dissertation on. And that really blows my mind that I have kind of created this piece of work that now exists. You know, it's a piece of work that didn't exist before. It's a study that was never done before on something that I love as much as I do, and I would never have thought to do or been in the position to be able to do the research that I did had I not involved myself in the blogging and YouTube community. So that's pretty cool. Getting my results from uni and finding out that I was graduating with distinction and had, you know, achieved all the goals that I kind of set out to achieve with my master's degree was an extremely emotional time, as anyone who watched the vlog when I got my results will know. I got very tearful, and it was a moment of real pride for me in 2014. I'm extremely grateful to all my amazing tutors and my friends at uni who I met who helped me along the way with that. And also extremely grateful to all the lovely bloggers who got involved in my dissertation and helped me with that, because without you lot, I wouldn't have been able to do the research that I did. So thanks to all you guys for getting involved with that. So that really was the main bulk of 2014. You'll notice that well, I don't know if you'll notice, but there was a total absence of videos on my channel in March and April of this year because I pretty much moved into the library. I was pretty much living there. It was just a crazy hectic time, but a really incredible time, and something that if you are doing at the moment, if you're in the midst of your Masters, congratulations. I know right now it's going to feel like an incredibly intense, overwhelming thing, but you will get there and you will love it, and I'm behind you all the way, and just good luck with it because it's such a worthwhile thing to do. So in addition to that, one of those highlights I would say was getting to go to Manchester and getting reunited with my travel buddies, Gemma and Emily. Meeting Gemma and Emily on my trip to Australia was genuinely one of the biggest highlights of the trip for me. The fact that we got to get reunited in Manchester this year was such a lovely thing, and something that I'll always look back on feeling really happy about. And we are already planning our next reunion. It should be at some point in the first sort of chunk of 2015, and hopefully they'll get to come up to Scotland this time. 2014 would not have been half as special a year if it wasn't for the people who mean as much to me as they do. So my family, I talk about this fairly often, but I think that it's always something good to talk about. I'm extremely lucky to have the family that I have, and I love them all very dearly, and I genuinely do try to kind of count my blessings in terms of them on a daily basis, because I'm very fortunate to be in the position that I'm in and be in the family that I'm in, because not everyone has as supportive and lovely a family as I have, and so I am genuinely extremely grateful to have them with me. My mum and I went on our little kind of it's becoming a bit of a tradition that we're going once a year, or trying to go once a year, up to Aviemore, which is my favourite place in the whole wide world. So we're trying to do that every year, or every couple of years at least. And so we went for our little weekend away, or a couple of days away, when I handed my dissertation in, and it was just a total highlight of the year, because it's my favourite place in the world, and it's with my mum, and it's one of these lovely things that is something really special. And while I'm there, I'm always like, I could just move here, I'll just move here, I'll stay here forever. And then I think I wouldn't want to live here, because then I wouldn't have it to come away to. And I think sometimes you need a place, a special place like that you can go away and escape to. I just think that if you have somewhere like that that's incredibly special to you, and really a place that means as much to you as that, having it and knowing that it's always there, that you can get away to if you need a little break, is just something really special. And so that was definitely a highlight of the year. Next shout out is obviously going to go to the one and only Miss Emma, my best friend in the whole world. I do sometimes pause to think, because I think it's important to reflect on people that you surround yourself with in your life, and count yourself lucky when you have people who are really important to you. And I genuinely do sometimes stop and think, what would I do if we hadn't become friends? What would my life look like if we hadn't become friends? And I genuinely, I don't know what I would have done if we hadn't found each other, which sounds so cheesy and dramatic, but I really don't. She is literally the sister that I never had, and a sort of mirror image, but in a good way. I think that our similarities there are so many similarities between us that you can't count, but I think the differences that we have are extremely complementary differences, and things that make our friendship really work, and something that I think is going to make our friendship last a lifetime. Our ridiculous sense of humour, the stupid things that we laugh at, the daft nonsense conversations that we have are so balanced out with the extremely serious, personal, deep conversations and everything that we have, that I'm a very, very lucky girl to have her in my life, and I love you very much. So if you're watching this, I am very, very grateful for you and your presence in my life, and I look forward to singing at your wedding. That is all I will say. Other highlights, I would say, would probably be the friendships that I wouldn't say I have made, but friendships that I have kind of strengthened and worked on in 2014. There are a few friends that I've made through blogging and various things that I have known for a while, or I've known I knew of them, and then I got to know them a little bit in 2013, but I feel like definitely 2014 has been the year that we have got a whole lot closer. And I'm just going to give a shout out to a couple of them, because they know who they are, but I might as well give them a little bit of a shout out anyway, because they are important to me, and that is what this video is all about. It's about recounting the good things that happened in the past year. So obviously the first person who I'm going to talk about has been in many of my videos and gets mentioned a great deal, but I think that the friendship that I have with Roisin is something that I'm really grateful for. It's definitely something that I feel has kind of grown over the past year, because in 2013 I knew her, and we hung out and we spent time together and whatever, and that was fine. But I feel like in 2014, because we've spent quite a lot of time together, I definitely feel like I've got to know her so much better than I did before. Again, I've talked about this before, but it genuinely does blow my mind that you can meet someone via these kind of little internet portals and then have them such an integral part of your life. It's just crazy. But I think I would say, I don't know if she would agree with this, I'm assuming that she will watch this video. So if you're watching this, Roisin, you can tell me what you think about this, whether you agree with this or not. But I feel like Roisin and I have very similar brains. I think our brains work in a very similar way, and I think that we see things in a very similar way, which can lead to a lot of very interesting, in-depth philosophical conversations which we tend to have on a regular basis, usually on the train home from some night out or another. I think I like to kind of overanalyze life sometimes a little bit, but I feel like Roisin does exactly the same thing, and so I feel like we're on a very similar wavelength in terms of things that we like to rabbit on about and discuss, and you know, we have quite similar tastes in things, and yeah, she's a good egg and I'm very grateful to have her in my life. So thank you 2014 for building on that friendship. Next person that I'm going to talk about is along very similar lines, but I feel like really my friendship with Jill again has totally strengthened and grown in 2014. Another person that I met through the internet and now can't imagine not having in my life. She's literally someone who, she now doesn't even live in the same country as me anymore, and yet I still speak to her every single day, and yeah, another person who I'm on a very similar wavelength to, and I don't know, there was just something about 2014 and the fact that we had the opportunity to spend as much time together as we did, just really improved and strengthened that friendship. From spending New Year together in Edinburgh at the end of 2013, start of 2014, all the way to hanging out for a Christmas reunion the other day. I just love the girl to pieces, she's great. And we went to Radio 1 Big Weekend, which is something else that I'm going to talk about in a minute, but we went to that together and that was just a whole lot of fun. And I'm so glad that you took me with you, so thank you so much for that, because I didn't have tickets, she got tickets, and she took me with her, and it was just amazing. We had such a good time over the couple of days that Big Weekend was in Glasgow, and yeah, it's just, this year has been a lot of fun in terms of our friendship, and we've done a lot of fun things and gone on a lot of very fun nights out that I will never forget. And yeah, you are also a very good egg, so there we go. In addition to those guys, I have also really, I feel, strengthened my friendships with a lot of other people. I'm not going to sit and sort of do a massive big huge long list of people because the very important ones to me, you guys all know who you are. Other things about 2014 that have been really important to me are the kind of direction that I've taken my channel in that I have just made lots more film and TV related videos, because that's what I want to talk about, that's what I really love to talk about. I love to talk about a lot of things. I love to talk in general. I'm a talker, we all know this, but I do love to talk about film and TV, and it's something that I'm extremely passionate about and that I really care about. And I don't know, I've always held off from making those videos. I've made one, you know, once in a blue moon, but I haven't sat down and made a lot of videos on those things because I always wondered, would anyone care or would anyone watch them? And I feel like I've kind of like let go of that kind of worry in 2014, especially towards the end of 2014. And I've made a lot of content for this channel that is content that I really like and that I really enjoy and that I would watch. And I think that that's important. I think that I worry sometimes because my channel's not particularly big. Like, I have quite, you know, like a relatively small channel. I have, I think, about 340 subscribers or something like that at this point, which still amazes me because that is an amazing number, and I'm so incredibly grateful to every single person who's subscribed to my channel, anyone who leaves a comment on my channel, watches any of my videos and all that stuff. I'm genuinely so grateful and amazed that there are, you know, over 300 of you now. But I think because in the grand scheme of things, I think you're watching YouTube now and YouTube's become this platform for like mini celebrities, which is just so strange. But I feel like sometimes I used to look at that and then look at the sort of views that my videos were getting and thinking, oh, I'm doing something wrong, and oh, I should be just constantly, you know, making one particular type of video because those are the kind of videos that people want to see or whatever. And I just thought, you know what, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to make content that I want to watch. That sounds sad, not that I sit and watch my own videos, but you know what I mean. Make videos that I care about topics that I care about, and that's what I want to do. And I feel like that's what I've done towards the end of 2014, and I'm really proud of that. So in the coming months, that's definitely something that I want to do. I want to continue down that path. Other things that I want to do, I want to film more collab videos. So Emma, you're going to be in more videos. Roisin, you're going to be in more videos. Well, if we can find time in all of our schedules, but we'll figure something out. But yeah, I definitely want to do more videos like that because they're always a lot of fun. They're always a lot of fun to edit. One of my favourite videos from this year, it probably is my favourite video from this year, was my X Factor reaction video. It was like live vlogging with Emma. It genuinely just made me laugh so much. If you haven't seen it, I'll link it so that you can go and have a look at it if you care, if you watch the X Factor. But videos like that are definitely something that I want to make more of because they are the kind of videos that make me happy and that I really enjoy. I also want to do more Get Ready With Me's because they're another type of video that I really enjoy doing. So those are all on the list. Yeah, I'm quite happy with the direction that my channel has taken over the past few months. I haven't vlogged as much as I maybe would have liked to, but life just got in the way. I was at uni and then working, and you know, I'm not going to vlog my work day. It's not really appropriate, it's also not that interesting. Other things that are just kind of like singular things from throughout the year, but things that I really loved and that I got a real kick out of, were going to Radio 1 Big Weekend with Jill. That was amazing. I saw some of my favourite people performing. I saw Bastille, I saw Ed Sheeran, I saw Katy Perry. It was amazing. We had such a good time. The lineup was incredible. The weather was terrible, but who cares, right? When you're out there and you're listening to some of your favourite bands, it was fantastic. Had the best time. That was great fun. Another highlight was going to see Meat Busted. That just genuinely made me extremely happy. We had the best night. It just was like a total nostalgic fun thing, and I'm really, really glad that we got tickets for that. So that was a lot of fun. Also went to see Churches. That was great. Couldn't have enjoyed that more if I tried. I discovered a lot of amazing, or not discovered, but maybe in some cases rediscovered a lot of amazing TV shows in 2014. So we all know my beloved Once Upon a Time. Where would I be without it? I don't know. Also watched a few incredible shows that I hadn't seen before that were new. So things like Fargo and Orphan Black, they were a couple of highlights from 2014, so if you haven't seen them, go and check them out. And yeah, I think that's it. That is my 2014 review. I can't think of anything else that I wanted to really include in this video, but I feel like I should have written a list because I bet there's something that I've forgotten. Yeah, that's my 2014 review. I hope that you have enjoyed that, guys, and thank you so much to everyone who has subscribed to my channel and watched my videos over the past 12 months. They have been a really pretty good 12 months, and I am feeling pretty happy and positive going into 2015, so I think that that is a really good thing. So I hope that you are all doing really well. I hope that you had a fantastic Christmas if you celebrate Christmas. If you don't, I hope you've had a lovely week anyway, and I hope that you all have an amazing new year. Let's all bring 2015 in feeling positive and excited about the future, and I will speak to you all again soon. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye! 2013 is the first full year that I have actually vlogged, or not so much vlogged, but made videos for the entire year. So I've got video footage of lots of the kind of